Hello and welcome. Welcome to Discovering the World of Natural Health. I'm your host, Claiborne Holtzman. Remedy this naturally as we're winding up for Christmas. Just about here, folks. Today is Monday the 21st, and we're getting close to Christmas. And we're getting close to more so the holiday seasons. And they will continue after Christmas. Holidays from New Year's, and things happening, birthdays, special events. All these things are important. And if we at Remedy This Naturally can benefit you to help you make a better quality of life, so be it. I'm going to share some important information with you. And on the half hour, I have a guest coming on, Mr. Darryl Reason. And he will be sharing with us about the background and more information about the Chi pads. We're going to discuss them today. And there's a lot of things, and I've got people that are in the medical profession, and they are asking and writing prescriptions for their clients to get things that will help build their immune system. So that's what's important. If it builds the immune system, then we've got something that's going to work with us and help us have a better quality of life. And it's so nice to be able to do with things without side effects. And I would like for you to write some things down today. I would like for you to be able to do your own research. I would like for you to be able to know that your health is your responsibility. People in the healthcare profession are there to help you, because when they say something or recommend something, they ask you to make the decision based on recommendations and facts and figures and all the things that come with it. So with that in mind, as we move forward in this broadcast today, that I want you to know you are important. You are essential. And there are things that we as human beings think we know, but we really don't know. We think we understand, but once we get to a point, somebody's always changing things. They keep moving the finish line as to where we need to go. And we're also in the process now of getting vaccines. And, be careful. Make sure that you do what's necessary to keep yourself happy and healthy. And I'm going to share with you some herbs and vitamins that are being shared with the public by people in the medical profession. So that's important. First thing we've got to have is rest. We've got to be able to chill. We've got to be able to not be so wrapped up in the stuff that we miss out on what we can do to be happy and healthy. And we can also, and the reason I said, I'll stop right in the middle of a sentence. The reason I say that, because I am a firm believer in how we feel and how we respond is critical to our health. And that's why I tell you that I can give you a medicine or an herb that will make you produce better health. And it's not from me that came up with it. I'm just the messenger of this information. And that information is very simple. Attitude. A merry heart doeth good like a medicine. So if you want to be able to produce your own medicine, and you can be one that manufactures it in your own body, then get happy, be merry, Quit looking at all the stuff that's going on in the negativity of everything that's happening. We want blessings. We want joy. We want happiness. But the funny thing about it is, no, let me back up. The serious thing about it is that we have gotten to the point that we are we're getting warped in our thinking. Not all of us, but some of us getting warped in the thinking, and they're presenting things that are supposed to be happy, they make sad. Things that are supposed to be sad, they make happy. And how do you feel about this? How can you change this? Let's think about getting some rest. And I want to talk to you first of all about melatonin. Melatonin is melatonin, melatonin. It's a hormone, and it's secreted by the pineal gland. And it does that at nightfall. It's produced less and less as we have birthdays. So the older we are, the more attention we need to pay up to what I'm talking about in the melatonin. Melatonin plays a key role, important, not only in a person's sleeping patterns, but also in the process of aging, energy production, immunity, and more, as scientists are discovering. Folks, it's been there. And now they're still doing more discovery. What's the deal? Very simple. We learn, and then we relearn what we learned. Because we've got to be able to know what's important, what's not important, and how it changes our life and our health and the well-being. But most people have this general concession that melatonin is there for sleeping. Yes, it is. But do not limit its potential and what it can do. Pay attention. Melatonin supplements are available as a non-addictive, natural means for promoting deep sleep. So that's why you don't really pay attention to the other things it can do, is because it's promoted for deep sleep. A study published in Biologic Psychiatry documented that melatonin takes before bedtime enable persons with insomnia to sleep for greater length of time without compromising alertness during the day and without the negative side effects of chemical sleep aids. Additional research published in Psychopharmacology showed melatonin helped individuals fall asleep faster, remain asleep longer, and have greater energy levels when they woke. You know, it's kind of like the melatonin doesn't have that draggy effect that you are picking up from other stuff. The other thing that melatonin's been known to work with is like jet lag. Some people have trouble with the biological clock. And if it's not working right, then when they get to their destination, it takes them a while to, quote unquote, get acclimated from the flying where you're gaining time or coming from where you lost time, and helping us do that. And then it says that in Oregon Health Science University in Portland, Oregon, they use low doses of melatonin to shift participants' body clock both forward and backward. This is good news for those who are required to work changing shifts. Being able to adjust sleep schedules will help prevent health problems caused by insufficient sleep. So it's kind of like, here's what I say about a lot of things. And you're asking about melatonin, and we just talked about it. It says process of aging, energy production, immunity, and those things are there. So there are more to it than just helping us to sleep. And the other thing is, you get all the benefits of sleep when you're able to sleep. And what are they? First of all, the people around you love you better because you're not so ill, because your body is under stress by not sleeping. So melatonin has benefits that you may not have ever considered. So that's jet lag. We talked about that for a moment. Also, there's been a lot of studies, it says, confirms melatonin is beneficial to the immune system. Now, you think that would have anything to do with us going through the pandemic, us being able to overcome and have the strength in our body when it is compromised by something trying to hurt us, that it would put up his fist and fight and say, you cannot take away from me, because I will fight you, and I'll fight you with melatonin. Many scientists have conducted, and they did a lot of studies, and as melatonin as a possible benefit of treating. Now this is just going to throw you in a different world, folks. Okay, what are we talking about now? I'm getting ready to blow your mind about some things that melatonin does. And it is benefits to the immune systems. Many studies have conducted on melatonin as a possible benefit for treating breast cancer. Didn't I tell you I was going to throw you a whooper? Who? Initial studies indicate melatonin arrests the development of breast cancer and causes tumors to deteriorate in laboratory animals. Other tests showed breast cancer cells exposed to melatonin did not multiply. A study documented in vitro cell development biology showed melatonin retarded cancer growth. Interestingly, now let's go see where we can get some interesting and more information that's interesting. Kind of like double talk here, right? Yeah. Okay. We got to talk about not American women, but we got to talk about Japanese women who have higher levels of melatonin than women from other countries, have a much lower rate of breast cancer. The explanation may lie in the fact that melatonin is routinely found in particular seaweeds consumed in the Japanese diet. And let's take and spend a few sentences on that Japanese diet. And what did our father of medicine, Hippocrates, have to say about that? Hippocrates said, let food be your medicine and let your medicine be your food. So it's important. No, it's not important. It's probably critical, especially if you're having some of these negativities in where you live in the body, that you need to make changes. So it's critical when we're in the middle of it and we need some help. Okay, melatonin Melatonin, yeah. Melatonin supplements may also help men identified as having prostate cancer. A study in the Journal of Neutral Transmissions reported a link between lower levels of melatonin and the formation of prostate cancer. And we'll give you a little more intriguing information. Woo! It's getting better the whole time we get here studying about this, doesn't it? Even more intriguing to researchers is the promise melatonin has showed in slowing the aging process. Now, I wonder, and when they say the pandemic is not friendly to the seniors, and then if you can find something that can be like melatonin that slows the aging process, would that be something maybe I should look into and check on it? Because we're all aging, but some of us are getting to age out. So, studies conducted at the Institute of Integrative Biomedical Research in Switzerland observed melatonin enable mice to live what would be the equivalent of an additional 20. Now listen to me carefully. We got a little mouse, and they've taken melatonin and break it down from the mouse to human, and the melatonin did what was equivalent to adding 20 years to human life. Yeah, I stopped there because it was very important, because you were doing something different and you needed to hear what I had to say. So I'll say it again, that the Integrative Biomedical Research in Switzerland, they did these mice and they found out they live what would be the equivalent of an additional 20 human years. Additional. Okay? Also, many of their age-related symptoms were either deferred or completely reversed. Currently, research suggests as levels of melatonin decrease, all body symptoms are afflicted and begin to function with less efficiency, producing the changes generally attributed to aging. The melatonin levels of a 25-year-old are 4 times greater than those that are 60-year-old. In response, Dr. Pierpola, director of the melatonin studies conducted in integrative biomedical research, recommends taking melatonin supplement each day after age 60. Furthermore, according to the medical hypothesis, scientists are researching melatonin as possibly being the primary mechanism responsible for aging changes. Melatonin supplements may be necessary to attain a more youthful endocrine balance and restore the entire body. Also, as an addition to what we've just talked about, melatonin, additional melatonin has been shown to lower LDL cholesterol levels by 15 to 30%. And that's according to studies of the Institute of Pathology in Switzerland. And melatonin has been shown to be helpful in combating depression associated with seasonal affective disorder, or SAD. And as weather changes, less sunlight, negativity all over the place. I mean, if there can't be one thing wrong, they'll find two or three. And I had one of my best conversations with a young lady this week, 91 years old, called and asked about something we talked about on the TV here. And if you're listening, thank you for caring enough. And I'm going to tell you in this conversation what this young lady, and I consider it young, because basically we should be living to 150, but we're not. Anyway, 91, cognitive level, whew, big time. Understanding what's going on. You know, it's kind of like she quoted some of the same things in respect and in honor of Janice Gravely, and her being 99 years old and been very helpful, beneficial, and a great contribution to society. Both of them said the same thing when it came to what they contributed to longevity was, and it was their relationship with God. And in their relationship to God, God took all the problems. He took and made them where they were not something that we had to worry about. It's kind of like people ask me about the weather, cold, hot, whatever it is. My comment is, look, if you don't like what the weather is, be patient, because it's going to change. It's going to change. Give it a chance to do that. Okay? Love you for it. So, melatonin is not just for helping to sleep, but it's also help people fall asleep faster, remain asleep longer, and have greater energy levels when they awaken. It's important to know helps with jet lag, that it has great ability to help us live longer. Studies have already been done to do that. Tell us what's going on. So, one of the things that, here it is on December the 21st, Monday, is letting you know that melatonin is something you may want to put into your health chest. Okay? The other thing that, let's see which one we got time to go, because I'm expecting the guest to call in at 4, well, here be 4:30, but it's on the halfway point in the show, and we're going to talk about those chai patches, whichever we want to do it, and why they are so instrumental in getting things done. And we'll get that taken care of then, okay? Silver Shield, that one should be all written all down in everybody's book that watches this program, because Silver Shield is the first line of defense that I like to call upon with whatever's going on. Antifungal, antibacterial, antimicrobial, kills MRSA, SARS. You know, can't say anything about pandemic 19 because it hasn't been put in writing yet by the powers that be. So that's what we got going there. Okay. But bacterial resistance to commonly used antibiotics have exploded into a major global healthcare problem in recent years. Initially, associated primarily with hospital-acquired infections among critically ill and immunocompromised patients, antibiotic resistance has been emerged in local communities and is no longer a problem exclusive to care in the hospital and intensive care. Just as alarming is the decline in research and development of new antibiotics to address the growing treatment of resistance to microbes. The Silver Soul product has the ability to do what needs to be done in a micro-sized silver particles that are less than 100 nanometers, is a 1/1000th of a meter in diameter. And the body knows what to do with it, body knows how to make it work, and the research on this stuff is significant. And I would challenge you to go look up the Silver Soul, Silver Shield, Silver Biotics, and look at the patent. And check the patent out for what it can do, okay? That's all I'm gonna say on that today. The other thing, vitamin A and D. Now, there's also people talk about D3, talk about vitamin C in dealing with these things we've got working with to help have a better quality of life. Two major forms of vitamin A are retinol, which is provided in foods of animal origin such as liver, cheese, milk, butter, egg yolk, beta-carotene, the latter of which is converted into vitamin A by the body as needed. So, vitamin A, a lot of times people talk about it's for curing and restoring the skin, and is the base of the drug retinol A, which is used to treat acne, baldness, and wrinkles. Vitamin A is essential to the management of cell growth and multiplication. Insufficient levels can lead to alterations in skin and mucous membranes, and even contribute to precancerous conditions. We've talked about two things already about that can help with things that are detrimental, and cancer does not have to express a death sentence just because we hear the word. And as we do our research and as we learn, and as we give back to the body what it needs, because something is missing, something is out of whack, and we need to put it back and get it into homeostasis. Okay, hold on a minute here. Hello there, Mr. Darryl.
Hey, Mr. Claiborne, how are you?
I am wonderful, sir. And what I need to do is, Lee, if you're paying attention, and we can put Darryl's name on the screen with me, and it's Darryl, is that correct?
Correct.
And it's Reason.
Just like it sounds.
Darryl Reason.
Yep.
What in the world are you doing on my show today, buddy?
Well, I'm here to talk a little cheap foot patches with you.
I tell you what, I got, let's see, I have to hold it up a little bit higher there, and I've got it where people can see it. What in the world is a chi patch?
Well, a chi patch is a Korean product that I've been involved with since 2002.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically a do-it-yourself home detox, and also can be used to application for pain as well. It's a product that combines Korean herbs, wood vinegar, and the mineral tourmaline. And comes in a little sachet, and it can be put on the bottom of your feet, or it can also be put on different parts of your body to where pain is indicated.
Okay. Now, how would you apply that?
Well, if you're just doing just a simple detox, in the box will come a reflexology chart.
Okay.
As I guess everybody might not know this, but all your nerves are tied to the bottom of your feet, or the end of your fingers, or somewhere in your hand, and the top of your head, when your brain. So everything kind of coordinated, and you can use that reflexology chart to pinpoint areas that you want to detox. You say, well, how in the world do you detox through your foot? Well, think about it like this. Your body is built in such a way that once toxins reach your noticeable elimination point, by the way, your skin is one of those points. So skin has pores, and you can detox through skin to all parts of your body. But once heavy metals get down into the lower extremities, like in your foot or, from your knees on down, then it's difficult for your body to excrete toxins, and in particular these heavy metals. So you can put these foot patches on the bottom of your feet before you go to sleep at night. I do recommend that you slip over a light sock, keep the covers from pulling off the adhesive, because you put the patch on the adhesive and stick it through the bottom of your foot. Mm-hmm. While you sleep at night, then the body detoxes through the feet onto the foot patch. The foot patch will absorb moisture. The tourmaline heats up the bottom of your feet, helps the feet open up the pores, and the wood vinegar begins to draw and helps pull the toxins out of your feet. So that's a simple way we use it to detox. For pain application, you can look at the reflexology chart, and you can see what I call the corresponding spots. So if you have a headache and you look and you see on the chart where you would put for the headache, then it would show you that it's on the toes. So you would detox that particular night at the top of your feet on your toes. If your back's hurting, you can look at the reflexology chart. You can put it on the spot on your back that's hurting and put it on the same spot on your foot. And that's how you would use it for the indications for pain.
Yeah, I've pulled out the trifold and letting people see the Chi foot patches. And we open it up. It says all natural ingredients, detoxifies the body while you sleep, improves energy, and eases joint and muscle pain. So that's what's on the front of before you open the trifold up. It kind of gives you an idea of what you can expect from this product.
Exactly.
And so I think that's really cool. All natural, non-invasive foot patches. And it's got a little label on there from the FDA. So they must think this has some significant values.
Well, let me clarify the FDA. We are a product that's classified as a medical device. Now, we're not what they would call an approved product for the FDA, but we have to register this product as a medical device with the FDA just to get it into the country. So without that, it would sit at customs and we couldn't get it in. So they do classify it as a medical device. That's why the FDA is on there. And if somebody wanted to actually look it up, they could look it up on the internet and see that it is registered with the FDA.
So they're aware of what it is, what the claims are, and how they can make sure that they feel comfortable for the safety of the people that use it.
Correct. And when we first started out, we didn't have it registered, and we had some issues bringing it into the country. And then, so we went to them and said, well, you tell us what we need to do so we don't have any problems getting it into the country. So ever since 2005, we've classified it as a medical device. We pay a device tax and fee, and we haven't had any problem bringing it into the country. My family and I have enjoyed this product ever since November of 2002, and it's one of the staples in our health regime.
And this is one of the things that I think Darryl and I talked about it, that the last time he did an interview on this here was on our show. And do you have any recollection what year that was?
I think it was somewhere around 2007 or 8.
Okay, I'm not sure, and I didn't go back to research it, but I just know then we had these and got great results from it, and then for a while, for whatever political reason, we couldn't get it, and now we've got them back in stock, and thanks, Darryl, for making that happen.
Well, one of the things I would say is, if you remember back in 2008, we had the Great Depression. Everything stopped, and when something like that happens, the first thing that people do is quit doing the things that are healthy for them. They continue to do the things that are unhealthy for them.
Yep.
So things dropped off, but I think with COVID, this past year, we've had the best year we've had since 2008. People are starting to use the product again.
Yep.
We never quit, and a lot of people never quit, but, you know, I think now people are more health conscious than ever. So I personally think now is the best time to start using these foot patches again.
But with that, let's give them an introduction as to the methodology, or I should say, doing the 5 days, 2 days off, and the other recommendations you have for
Sure.
the product. Go ahead and tell them about
Sure.
that.
Okay, so what I suggest for anybody that's using it for the first time, or for people that haven't used it in several years, or even up to a year, you always want to start with 4 boxes. All right, you'll do 5 nights on, 2 days off. You don't want to continuously detox your body. It just will stress you, and it'll make you more tired than energetic. Okay, so I don't know what's better for you. I would suggest maybe starting Sunday night and go through Friday, Saturday morning, take the Friday night application off, take off your 2 nights, and then start back again. Okay, go through 4 boxes. After your 4 boxes are done and you starting to feel the results and you like the product, then you take 1 box a month and you use it once a week, and you continue to do that. I suggest after about 6 months you may do a half a detox again, 2 boxes, and then go back to your 1 box a month. So theoretically you could get away with, using, I don't know the math right offhand, but 12, 14 boxes a year, and would get you through a year's worth of usage, keep your body clean.
And it's so simple
Also,
to do.
I do want to recommend that you drink plenty of clean water during the process. Clean water to me is, if you got a water filter, use that. If you buy bottled water, I recommend Deer Park or Nestle's Pure Water.
Okay, and we have available for our customers the Kangen water that they can use that as well.
Absolutely. That's even better.
Yeah, because you can actually get it for what pH you want that water to be that you're using, and you can get it neutralized, so let the patches do their cleansing and not get something in the way that would hinder them in any way.
Absolutely.
So, is it permissible to talk about things that people have testified on, or they can give you some information and say, this is what I was able to feel different because of being able to, well, anyway, it was started once I started using these patches, and then all of a sudden something changed, whether it came from the patch or something else, but the patch was instrumental in making things happen.
Yeah, well, let me just say, from a personal standpoint, and I don't print testimonies, I don't use testimonies visually, but I can tell you personally what it did for me.
Okay, cool.
And I'll just, back in 2002 and 2003, I was going through a time in my life where I had a health challenge. I took Ribavirin, and I can't think of what the other shot was, but it was something that was very, it really poisoned my body. But when you've got a disease, you got to poison it to get rid of the disease. And a friend of mine knew what I was going through, and I had a terrible bout with gout in my big toe. So I said, you know what? I don't have anything to lose. I have everything to gain by using this product. I began taking the product, using it for the 4 weeks, and before the end of the 4 weeks, I don't know, somewhere around the 3rd week, maybe the beginning of the 4th week, the gout was totally gone. I had no pain. And to this day, I don't have gout pain in my big toe. So that's my personal testimony with it as far as that. Other things, I sleep better when I actually use the product. I told you about the reflexology. It's almost like sometimes you put that on the bottom of your feet and it gives you a little foot massage. You can feel the product just acting on your foot, and then it's kind of weird. It feels good, but at the same time, you can tell it's doing something.
And when you took that patch, was there a certain way that you positioned it for the big toe, or did you just use it like it did, and the chemicals knew where to go and how to work?
I just put it on. I started out with it, and I would suggest everybody start out with it in the middle of your foot, because that area deals with your gastro area, and that's where most of our toxins form. And you think about, as we eat every day, we put food in a 98.6 degree refrigerator, and it's no wonder we stay sick, right? So anyway, I move it up and down the foot as I progress through the 4 weeks. Start at the center, go to the top, and go down to the heel area, and just keep doing that until my 4 weeks is up.
Okay. Also, looking at this brochure here, it says suggested uses for patches for other parts of the body, and it gives one for the shoulder, elbow, middle of the back, and around the calf area of the leg.
Right.
So.
Remember earlier on the beginning of the show, I said, well, when I came on, corresponding spot. So you would put it on that spot, find a spot on the bottom of your foot that would correspond to that elbow or whatever, and then put another patch there. And that particular night, you could use it just for that particular pain.
Okay. You know, it's kind of neat because it's very simple. It gives step 1 through 6, and just follow the directions. And not only that, you can either read it or look at the pictures. I would prefer doing both.
Absolutely.
So,
look, if you start off with 4 and you're doing it 4 weeks and you begin to use it for pain, like two different patches, and well, you're going to use 2 a night because you got 2 feet, of course. But if you have to use a third patch, then Flavor will always have more, so you can go back and get more.
Yep. We try to do that, keep them in stock. It has
That's
been,
right.
The neat thing about it is that we've had some old customers come back in, and they are excited about it, and they remembered what the positive thing was before, and they're saying, I'm ready to get back to it and make it work.
Right. Well, you try it. If you give it a chance, I think you'll feel results, you'll like it, and you'll tell somebody else about it, because that's what we do. When we find something that works and helps us, we tell other people. So I like it. I've been involved with it all these years. I mean, what, 18 years almost. It's hard to believe.
Yeah, and for something that's tested and proven, tried and true, makes you have a whole lot more confidence in it than just feel like you're experimenting. What you're doing is you're making changes that are critical to your life and your health, and you're doing it with a natural product.
Absolutely. And like it says, it's non-invasive. Put it on, let the patch do its work, and it speaks all languages all over the world because it works.
Yeah, we're not the only people that have this. It's going along around the world because people, once it works, people want it.
And I will say, the longevity of it is important because we're not the only foot patch on the market. I mean, I'm not going to, downplay anybody, but you can go on Amazon and you can find the inexpensive knockoffs that came out of China. I will say that. But we were the 3rd company to import the foot patch in the United States. This cheap foot patch was the 3rd brand, and we have fought tooth and nail with all the copycats, and we're still here, and we plan on being here for the long haul.
That's good to know. That's good information. As we wrap it up, Darryl, what would be your message that you would want everybody to know from having you on our show?
Well, like I said, the proof is in the pudding, as they say here in Nash County. And if you use it, you go through 4 boxes and you don't feel anything, I just can't imagine that being the case. So I would encourage you to try it, see how it works on you, and tell your testimony to other people. Don't tell them what it did for me, but tell them what it did for you. So I feel like it's, one of the best health products I've ever taken, and I've been in the health and fitness and bodybuilding for, most of my adult life, and I would encourage you to try it. Just give it a chance.
Thank you, Darryl. Appreciate it very much. And folks, we wanted you to hear it from Darryl because of the longevity that he has had with this product and the benefits that it's helped people who he cares about and wants them to have a better quality of life and do it naturally. Thank you, Darryl. Appreciate you being on board.
Merry Christmas to everybody. Bye-bye.
Appreciate it. Okay. If you have any doubt about what Darryl and I have been discussing, I brought it in last week. I had it on here, and I had the charts that were the foot charts like this, and this is so powerful that you have got this information to work with, so you can actually open it up, look at it, read it, ingest it, know what to expect by watching the diagram here and how it will work for you to give you better quality of life and do it naturally. So thank you, Darryl, for giving us your time, energy, and effort to talk about the Chi foot patches. And he did say this was only the 3rd company that came out with these. And there's a lot of knockoff, because I looked and I saw other things on the web that said, their patches were good. But with the way this has been done, with the herbs that are in here, with the tourmaline that's in here, the vinegar, and how it's done, it's just like we have sold for years Bragg vinegar. And it's another vinegar product. Cool. And we've had great results with it. There are people that have got it in a dollar store. You can get your vinegar, but there's something about having the mother in the Bragg apple cider vinegar that makes things do something that's positive. So, okay, let me go back to where we started from today. Today we started from talking about the melatonin, the benefits of it, talking about A and D, and then I didn't get into D3 yet, but we're talking about the things that can help you. So vitamin A is important, and that I'm just looking to see, I'll get my little text right there, but with eyesight is critical. Vitamin A is also known for curing and restoring the skin and in the base of the drug, retinol A, which is used for treat acne, baldness, wrinkles. It's all essential management of cell growth and multiplication. Insufficient levels can lead to attention alterations in the skin and mucous membrane and may even contribute to precancerous conditions. So there again, it has benefit. I'm just going to talk about vitamin D. At this point, it's the only vitamin whose active form is a hormone manufactured in the skin from the ultraviolet rays of the sunshine. 10,000 IU daily may cause reproductive hazards or birth defects. Beta carotene, a natural plant source of vitamin A, poses no such risk. So we want to make sure we go to plant source so we don't have any negative thing coming from that. So vitamin D is the only vitamin whose active form is a hormone manufactured in the skin from the ultraviolet rays of the sunshine. Vitamin D can be found in trace amounts in certain foods, primarily egg yolk, fatty fish, liver, milk fat. However, vitamin D is more commonly acquired through supplementation, where people use it to take a vitamin D tablet or something like that. I want to switch over and just go back here to vitamin D for a second, D3, instead of just talking about D. Once thought to have been conquered, vitamin D deficiency is now recognized as an epidemic in the United States. Meanwhile, epidemiology to population studies suggest that vitamin D deficiency is also a problem worldwide, with greater than 50% of the global population at risk for vitamin D deficiency. In fact, it is estimated that 500,000 to 70,000 people in the U.S. and 30,000 to 35,000 people in the United Kingdom die prematurely from cancer each year due deficiency of vitamin D. And the primary source of vitamin D for the sunshine in adults is from the sun exposure, not from the diet. Vitamin D is naturally produced in the skin following exposure to sunlight. And we're getting into the winter months here, because this is being recorded on December the 21st, Monday afternoon. And so just want you to understand that the vitamin D needs to be put back into the body and given what it can. Vitamin D deficiency can have serious consequences on overall health and wellness, especially considering that vitamin D statistics have been linked to a greater disease symptom. In other words, if you don't have it, you're more likely to die. And so that's what we're talking about. I mean, this page after page after page talking about the deficiency of the vitamin D. And so I want you to understand that that's why it's so important to take it during, quote unquote, the pandemic and the things that are happening in our life and our world as we go through. The other thing, get that one out of the way, is I'm going to flip over to zinc. And I'll talk about that for a second. As zinc is an important element in the healthy absorption and function of vitamins. So zinc helps vitamins be absorbed, especially the B complex vitamin. Zinc is involved in digestion and metabolism and is essential to the functioning of more than 200 human enzymes, including those necessary to synthesize DNA and RNA. Zinc also enables proteins to connect with nucleic acids and is a building block for cellular membranes. Zinc supplements have already been reported to increase the healing of surgical wounds and ulcers, including gastric ulcers. However, it is still uncertain whether the increased healing and recovery observed is associated with pre-existing zinc deficiency in the individual tested, or whether zinc as a primary agent in regular repair is generally effective for everyone. So still a lot of things outstanding, but you know, what we're understanding is that we need to put it and give the body the chance to make it available. And you can buy the zinc in the lozenges, where you can just have that as kind of like a throat lodge. It's also very good for that. It's a throat lodge that can combine zinc and vitamin C to help strengthen the body's immune defenses. Together, these nutrients may reduce the duration and severity of symptoms of the common cold. So those things are available. As we wrap it up in the next 2 minutes here, we want you to understand your life and your health are very important. You can also jump in the middle of this, go to Remedy This Natural, 1140 Bimini Road, and go to the postal department there, and you can get the last minute send off. We do same things that the post office does, except we don't do stamps, duck stamps, and have postal boxes for you or do money orders. Rest of the stuff we'd be happy to help accommodate you with at Remedy This Naturally. Take the time during this Christmas season to give yourself the gift of appreciating yourself. Find out what it is your body is missing, what it needs to work at optimal performance in a way that is not painful or hurting. Give your gift of love one for another, and remember that a merry heart doeth good like a medicine. That's why we talk about Merry, Happy Heart Christmas. And we love you guys, you're doggone special folks. May you have a great day, and most of all, may you know the reason for the season and enjoy its blessings. I'm your host, Claiborne Holtzman. May good health be yours.
Toyotathon is on at Rocky Mount Toyota. We're celebrating the season with incredible deals on the vehicles topping your wish list. Right now, drive home any new Toyota and make no payments for up to 90 days. Or get 0% APR for 48 months, plus $500 holiday bonus cash on the 2021 Toyota Corolla LE, RAV4 LE, and Highlander. As always, we're proud to offer a complimentary lifetime warranty. Hurry in to Rocky Mount Toyota today.
Whether you're a gardener, hunter, golfer, or just want to be more mobile, Webb's Golf Carts can customize a golf cart to help you. With colors galore from plain to camouflage, thousands of options, and seating up to 6, Webb's will have you rolling in style. We also design and customize utility vehicles for recreational and industrial use and offer free delivery up to 20 miles. The time to buy is now. A customized golf cart makes the perfect gift. So come visit Webb's Golf Carts east of Wilson on Highway 58 South or online at webbgolfcartsales.com.
Hi, I'm Mayor Sandy Robertson.
And I'm Jennifer Robertson.
From our family to yours, wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Small Shops Marketplace says shop small, save big this holiday season. With over 100 locally owned shops under one roof, you're sure to find someone on everyone's wish list. Decorations, books, toys, furniture, games, electronics, antiques, clothing, and more. Merry Christmas from us at Small Shops Marketplace, the big box for small business.
At Badcock Home Furniture and More, Steve found the perfect mattress, and Sue found everything else she needed to feel cozy and comfortable. Give yourself and your loved ones the gift of better comfort and sleep. Save up to 50% on select bedding and more. Plus, choose from other year-end mattress offers, all with no credit refused. Get the best bedding deals of the year, only at Badcock's Gift of Sleep sale. For details, visit badcock.com.